Good diagrams and articulation of very latter day important issues. By the way, I wanted to ask you, and it sort of the first question I have was relating to even your last slides. How important is the role of UI and UX if it, in this context for medical reading of charts and data, and even the presentations, irony applied? How important would you say the role of UX and UI would be? And is there an inherent bias that we should be aware of when we're talking about medical AI?
Well, of course, whenever you want to get a large number of users into any kind of system, user interfaces and user experience is crucially important these days, right? People get annoyed in microseconds if the user interface doesn't respond appropriately or if it doesn't have the right buttons there. And that has nothing to do with artificial intelligence, right? That's mostly a design process. But yes, I say 9 out of 10 AI projects fail. That's a fact. It's not an opinion. But my opinion is that it's because of change management. And change management does have a lot to do with user interface and user experience, because if the AI model is not deployed in a fashion that the users can, productively use, then they just won't.
Yes, and actually you've taken the words out of my mouth. I was going to ask you about your opinion about the 9 out of 10 projects failing due to change management. I think that that definitely puts a fine point on some of the inferences throughout the conference so far. We know that change management and even moving from old world to new world, or changing our systems inherently, is increasingly critical to the success or failure of these inherently techno-human endeavors. The other question is, do you think that AI will replace humans in the medical industry, such as surgeons, which is already happening to some extent? Or, as Eric Topol says in his book Deep Medicine, that AI will make healthcare humane again. I think that, certainly your second last slide was alluding to certain areas, but would you say that AI will replace us in certain contexts, like as a surgeon?
So I think AI will automate certain processes. Typically it automates the very easy and repeatable processes, but it will not, for a long time certainly, and perhaps it cannot automate the more complex, the not normal processes. So will it replace doctors and surgeons? Absolutely not.
Yeah, okay.
There is no way that it can do that. But can it take away the very easy aspects, the very repetitive aspects of a doctor's daily life? Yes, absolutely. And that's what it's there for.
Yes.
It's there to help the doctor focus on the difficult tasks, and on the human aspects of healthcare, right? If I'm looking at the data, 27% of the doctor's time is spent with the patient. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Most of us as patients think the doctor is there to treat us. No, the doctor spends most of their time treating bureaucracy.
Yeah.
That's not how it should be.
Correct. And indeed, it's amusing to think that we rely on the articulation and the verbal reasoning when we're articulating where it hurts. Does that hurt? Does this hurt? How does it hurt? It's almost like a doctor needs to be a linguist. But
exactly. And before NLP systems can match that, it will be a very, very long time from now.
Correct. Thank you. Final question then, and thanks very much for an insightful and very, very informed talk. Do you think that the synthetic data generation can help with the challenge of obtaining data sets?
No. So we've tried out here at Samsung some of those data creation mechanisms, and they're useful again in the very sort of simple environments where you have good control. Like I've seen them with home scenes where you simulate houses and furniture and home appliances and things like that. Absolutely, yes, sure, that's fine. But in medicine, for example, it's just impossible.
Yeah.
Because the amount of simulation you would have to do to correctly simulate the molecular processes, the growth of tumors, and so on, is just completely unrealistic. You need real data, particularly when you're talking about things that actually should not happen, right? Growth of tumors, for example, cancers. They are so different from each other that you really want realistic, real-world data. And if you're going to simulate it, you'll get it wrong, either individually or in the statistical distribution over all the different cases.
Yeah, excellent. Well put. Thank you for that. Okay, well, is there anywhere that we should keep in touch broadly? I mean, participants in the Wonderland AI Summit were using the hashtag Wonderland AI Summit 2021. But is there anywhere particularly you'd like us to follow and engage for follow-on questions, Patrick?
Absolutely. So thank you to the audience for hearing me out. If you do have further questions, if you want to get in contact with me, LinkedIn is the place to do it. Patrick Bungert, LinkedIn at Samsung. You'll find me very easily. Feel free to connect or follow, and I'll try to answer your questions there.
That's brilliant. Thank you very much, Patrick Bungert from San Jose and head of AI at Samsung STS America. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Ciao. Okay, that was Patrick Bungert from STS Samsung in America. Next up, we've got Chris Duffy, and Chris is going to talk about the future of experience design. And Chris has been changing the world through the intelligent design of experiences all his career and all his mission. Now, we'll be looking through some of the areas in Adobe's Creative Cloud strategically. In that, coming from the Adobe perspective, Chris has been working in experiential design with partnerships in creative enterprise all around the world. Chris's keynotes have received over 50 million impressions. His sessions have been reported all around the world from Access Hollywood, Extra, OK Magazine, Hello Magazine, People and The Guardian. In addition, his work has been featured in over 100 global media titles, and he's currently regarded as a centre of excellence in computational creativity, the role of human, machine and experience, and the AI-enhanced creativity. So Chris, in his career, he's worked as creative director, award-winning creative director, noted speaker, author. He's worked for some of the biggest networks in media and communication around the world: WPP, IPG, Havas, Omnicom, Publicis, long list, and he's certainly at the top of his game there. A fast-changing world of mobile marketing he's been described. He was selected by Qualcomm as one of the leading minds in AI and voted the #1 boldest digital health influencer award by New York City health business leaders. Quite an accolade. So amongst many other awards, he's got the Consumer Technology Association Board of Industry Leaders on side as well as a member of that. And he's the author of the award-winning book Superhuman Innovation, the world's first book co-authored by AI about AI. So please, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Chris Duffy from Adobe to talk about the future of experience design. Good afternoon, Chris.
Hi, good afternoon. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
Slides ready.
Great
Can
stuff.
you hear me okay?
We can hear you fine. Whereabouts are you at the moment, Chris?
I'm on the East Coast.
You're on the East Coast.
Primarily New York and Miami.
Okay, very good. Yeah, so you've got time for your mid-morning coffee by now.
Yes, thank you. Well, grateful to be here. Looking forward to being part of this exciting platform and discussion.
Excellent. Well, over to you, Chris, for the next 15-20 minutes, and we'll have a Q&A and a conversation at the end.
Looking forward to it. Thank you. Well, hi everyone. I'm Chris Duffy from Adobe. For this presentation conversation, we'll be talking about me, myself, and I, and how we're entering this new era of the future of intelligent experience. To kick it off, just wanted to share a brief video.
Me, myself, and I.